This is my updated review of MAPEI GROUT REFRESH. More than 250,000 people watched my original review where I tested the product to make old grout look like new again. Well, fast forward a few years and I've got a new challenge. Let me show you. Beyond the blue painter's tape, you may be able to see that there's a brighter color of grout, and this was used during a repair at my home. I've since found a color match, and I want to use Grout Refresh to create a consistent look. Having used this product in the past, I knew it was important to clean the area well before starting the project. I use this Bissell steam mop on my tile. The top part detaches, great for grout. So after cleaning the area, letting it dry, it was time to apply the Grout Refresh. Just for some context, this is a 6 by 11 foot area. Now for this step, I simply applied the product to the grout lines and I used a toothbrush to work it in. It's just like paint. Now I know this looks really sloppy, and it is. I wasn't as careful as the last time, but there's really no harm. That's because this product is designed to stick to grout. You can always remove it from tile, even after it's dried. I set a timer. It took about 15 minutes for me to apply the Grout Refresh to this entire area. I then let it dry for about 20 minutes. Not everyone will want to do it this way though. I explained more in my previous video, but Grout Refresh has two methods for removing the excess product. There's the dry method, which they now call the early wash method, and then there's the wet method, now called the late wash method. With the early wash method, you basically work as you go, and you use paper towels to remove the product from the tile, of course avoiding the grout lines. But from my experience, this is just too much work, and it really starts to make your arms hurt. With the late wash method, you let the product dry for 20 to 25 minutes, then mist the tile with water, wait another 5 minutes, and use a microfiber towel to rub the product off the tile. Based on my previous experience, I used the late wash method with a few tweaks that just worked better for me. They might help you out too. So after letting the product dry for 20 minutes, I used a damp sponge to wet the surface, and then I alternated between using a plastic card and the sponge to remove the excess product. Now last time, I avoided using the rough side of the sponge. But this time around, I did use the rough side of the sponge, and I found that it actually worked a lot better than the plastic card. Removing the excess product from the tile took about 30 minutes, and that's on top of the 15 minutes that it took for me to apply it. So 45 minutes of total working time. The end result, that's what matters most, and the grout, in my opinion, it looks really good. I'm happy. I only applied the Grout Refresh to about half of this room, but it now matches the color of the grout in the rest of the room and the rest of the house. The big question, of course, is whether Grout Refresh will hold up over time. The last time I used the product, it looked good for more than 6 months before I had to do any touch-ups. But I am planning to save the bottle in case I need to go over some areas again. The way I see it, Grout Refresh is a great temporary fix. A bottle costs just over $10, and you can make your grout look like new again for at least a period of time, maybe while you're saving up money to have a professional redo your entire flooring. I'll drop a link in the description below to the products that I used, and any updates on my room, I'll share those in the first pinned comment. My name is Michael, and this is how I save.